Just got the used engine in. I had this thing shipped from California to Las Vegas. Got it for about $2,500, 100,000 miles on it. And we need to obviously redo the valve covers. They're leaking. Redo the timing covers, so we do the PCV valve. We're gonna do a lot of things to get this engine looking real nice and up to code, as I call it here. So they do give you a little guideline here on everything you need to do. Sorry for the sun there. When you get one of these engines, but shout out to Matt at Luxury Auto Dismantling. He helped me through the whole process and made it a lot more comfortable than I was to send someone $2,500 for an engine. And they had it here in record time too. I ordered this thing on Monday. It's Friday, and they pulled it from the car as well. So that's pretty good time to pull it and have it here that quickly. So kudos to you. Thank you again. So we got the engine down to this part right now. I just removed the supercharger, sitting right over there, because I'm most likely going to replace the PCV valve. Even though I can tell it's been replaced, I'm already here. While I'm also here, I'm going to be doing all the intake valves because they have carbon deposits all over them. So we're going to remove these rails, get all the valves cleaned up, and we're going to go ahead and replace the water pump while we're here. We're going to do the front crank seal while we're here. I got some new pulleys, and obviously going to do the valve covers. I am going to crack this open and reseal it. It's clearly been worked on before, so hopefully the timing chains have been replaced. I'm not going to end up replacing the chains on here. I'm going to see how the engine runs first. If it needs chains, it's not actually a problem for me to pull it back out and do the chains, so I think this is a good runner. We're going to do the oil filter gasket too. While it's off, we're going to do the remain seal, of course, and got some new exhaust gaskets for it, and yeah. Basically just going to get it all cleaned up, ready to go, so it's reliable. So first thing, I'm going to start popping some of the stuff off and replacing it. Got a box over here from FCP Euro, so we will be just chipping away.
Whoa.
Crispy. See, I'm getting a lot of this done now because I don't want to do this after the engine's installed, right? So cleaning all this stuff up now before I put it back in there. I try to do more live streams too. I recently lost my one of my main sources of income I do from home, so believe it or not, I don't make enough money on YouTube to survive. My channel's monetized, but it don't really pay the bills. If I would make dumb content, I'm sure that I would get more views, but I try to help people, so I get minimal. And I noticed too, I cut my audience in half or not by half, probably in a tenth, because a lot of my content's Audis, so a lot of people only watch my content if they drive the Audi vehicles, which makes sense. I mean, you're not going to come and watch a timing chain video on a car you don't own. So, no fault of their own, but small audience nonetheless. Alright, I got RTV on the front crank seal. Just like a little finesse. That shit can be frustrating too, because you expect it to go one way and it doesn't. It's all good. So I'm just cleaning up a little bit of this gasket material out of the holes, because you don't need it in the hole, and off the bolts. And I don't know if y'all know this, but I feel like a lot of people skip this. You know you're not supposed to torque down RTV right away? If you read most of the packages, it actually tells you to set it on like this, put the bolts hand tight, wait 90 minutes, and then come back and torque the bolts down afterwards. I've done that so far after reading that and have like 100% success rate, so I'm gonna keep it going. And I almost didn't want to I didn't want to replace any of this because I'm on a budget, trying to stay in my budget, but I also don't want to put this all back in there and have to come take it out later because I skipped something. That'd be dumb. That would be dumb. And if y'all are just joining, I got this engine from my Audi because it's seized. Now I'm just putting all the goodies on it so I don't gotta worry about maintenance. Or if I sell it or whatever I do with it, it's just ready to go. Alright, so most of those are all finger tight, and then I'll wait 90 minutes and come back and torque it down how it's supposed to. How it's supposed to be done. And water pumps don't need a gas material, like RTV, silicone, and if you're working with water pumps, don't put that material in there. It comes with O-ring. Just use that. Some people see LD, and I like RTV, LD, fix that and that's the case. Doesn't happen like that. One on the bottom. This is too easy. This you could do in the car, like maybe in 10 or 20 minutes, and the dealership would still charge you an arm and a leg for it. Even though it takes literally no time. I mean, you guys are gonna see how long it takes right here. That's it. Yeah, there we go. So it's an oil cooler. You got oil going through the middle, coolant going through the outside, and that's how it keeps the oil at temperature. This gasket will fail, and it'll cause oil leaks like crazy. And it is an Audi one, so I'm imagining this one is the OEM one. No good. And yeah, we want all that old oil out of there anyways. That stuff's gross. Hit it with a little. And yes, if you're wondering, all the engine oil has been drained out of this car. It's like sat for days draining, and there's still oil in there. It always holds oil. Oh, you know, I just realized I gotta do the oil pan anyways. I'm gonna just leave this off. Yeah, because I gotta flip this over and I gotta take off the whole oil pan. So bolting this back up to the pan, it's not really gonna be helpful right now. So I'll just let this drain. Yeah, that's not happening tonight because I gotta flip it to do the oil pan. I'm not gonna do it upside down. So we're just gonna leave the oil cooler as is. Then we'll get more of that nasty oil out of there anyways. So it's whatever, that works out. Yeah, before I flip it over and do the oil pan, I still gotta do the valve covers. Good enough. That shit's gonna be time lapse anyways. I didn't really make it. Alright, I need ADHD medication. They'll never believe it was me. Alright. And we have even crispier. Well, supposedly this is a 100,000 mile engine. It looks a little crispy in here. Let's have a comparison. This is a 180,000 mile engine. So either this one was this looks like it was kept up on oil changes. This looks like they ran behind on oil changes. But there is no scarring on the lobes. Everything looks okay. Just dirtier than I would like it. Check out this other side. Let's see ya. Get all that cleaned up. We gotta take off a lot of stuff. The EGR's gotta come off. Yada, yada. These combi valves can sometimes get blocked up. Same with the passageways leading to them down here. And that can cause your secondary air injection codes. So these can, always check these if you remove them, and try to clean them out, scrape them out. Do what you can to get the residual out. Oh, let me get lucky with one wrench. Not so much on this one. Alright, we got fuel lines. Da da. Gotta love Audis. I like them. I like them better when they're running. Come on, let me have it. Now we're going to pop off this intake runner. Oh. That's how I vacuum it. That's gross. A bunch of rat turds and all kinds of stuff in there. Got all these little clips that are down in here.
Man, Audi, you really make these picks, or these clips, impossible. Without, I gotta move this crossover pipe. Wild. Wild, Audi. I'm trying to move this intake runner here, and there's a crossover pipe that goes through here, and you can't get off the fuel injector clip without removing the pipe. Why wouldn't that be the situation? I gotta pop this out anyways. What, but I can't take the pipe out? Okay, there we go. It's like, sure, you could service that. Just take off the rest of the engine. Some of these clips are on there. Good gracious. Man, maybe you want to come off there. Yeah, there you go. Finesse. That one never likes coming off easy though. Do 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 do. God damn, there's like nothing to grab onto. It's actually one of the more stuck ones I've dealt with too. Usually they pop out a lot easier. So you just gotta grab it and hope that you're stronger, I guess. There's most of it up. Oh, you're lying. There's no way. Was it caught on one thread? Maybe. And you always gotta check underneath here because you'll see the gaskets. You'll see the gaskets, you know, stuck in there. So you gotta remove those because if you double O-ring it, obviously, not gonna have a good time. Get that vacuumed out again because all kinds of gunk up in there. Just hang that guy right there. Now I'm trying to suck up all the gas. Then we'll be ready to start carbon cleaning this. Probably got another lab because I'm gonna eat some food. I don't know. I gotta blast all these valves out with walnuts and then you vacuum them out makes them like brand new. Then I'm gonna do the oil filter housing gasket because that's a common leaking area. We're gonna do the PCV valve all right in here. We're gonna do the timing covers all in back here. I'm gonna do the rear main seal, and then I'm gonna flip the engine over. I'm gonna do the oil pan gasket. I'm gonna do the oil cooler, and then this engine should be ready to go in the car. It's kind of like everything new on it. Everything's replaced in the front. We got a new water pump, new front crank seal, new pulley, new pulley. I'm gonna have a new snub mount on here. We'll have new gaskets in there. So I mean, it's getting the works. Feel free to ask any questions y'all may have. Happy to help. Alright, so if you want to do your thermostat, you gotta take the crossover pipe off first.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.